Hotels exist to provide shelter, comfort, and a temporary escape from the chaos of daily life. They are not cosmic wish-granting machines, they are not personal servants with unlimited patience, and they are absolutely not responsible for the weather, the laws of physics, or whatever alternative reality some guests appear to be visiting from. And yet, every single day, hotel staff across the world stand behind their desks, maintain their smiles, and listen to complaints so spectacularly detached from reason that you have to wonder if some guests checked into the wrong dimension entirely. What you're about to hear are 27 real complaints that left hotel staff genuinely, professionally, speechless. And by the end of this list, the earlier ones are going to seem almost adorable. Number 1. A guest called the front desk at a coastal resort to complain that the ocean was too loud. Not a party, not construction, the ocean. The ancient tide-governed, pre-civilization body of water that has been doing exactly this for 4 billion years was apparently keeping her awake, and she wanted someone to do something about it. The staff member on duty, with admirable composure, explained that the ocean is in fact outside the hotel's jurisdiction. The guest asked to speak to a manager. The manager, to their eternal credit, also could not stop the ocean. Number 2. A man checked into a mountain lodge and immediately filed a complaint that the view from his room included too many trees. He had booked a mountain view. He received a mountain view, one densely forested, naturally beautiful mountain view. His issue was that the trees were blocking the mountain. The trees that are on the mountain, that are part of the mountain. He requested a room where the mountain was more visible and less forested. The staff gently explained that the trees and the mountain are, in a meaningful sense, the same thing. Number 3. A guest at a downtown city hotel complained that the city was too busy. This is a complaint about a city being urban. She had booked a hotel in the financial district of one of the most populated metropolitan areas on the continent, and her formal grievance, written and submitted, was that there were too many people and too much noise outside. She wanted compensation for the city existing in the way that cities have always existed. Be honest, did you think we'd hit peak detachment this early? We are absolutely still warming up. Number 4. A couple complained that their room smelled like a hotel. Not smoke, not chemicals, not anything identifiable. Just that particular clean, neutral, slightly laundered scent that literally every hotel on Earth shares. This is the smell of fresh linens, mild disinfectant, and standardized air circulation. They described it as institutional and requested an upgrade to a room that smelled more like a home. The front desk staff offered extra amenity sprays and a diffuser. The couple left a 1-star review saying the hotel smelled like a hotel. Number 5. A guest complained that the swimming pool was wet. This is not a misquote. The formal complaint, logged by staff and later shared with several thousand disbelieving hospitality workers online, stated that the pool area was excessively wet and that the guest had gotten water on their clothes while walking beside it. The pool, which is full of water, which people swim in. The wetness was apparently unexpected. Nobody offered a refund, but everyone who read the complaint needed a moment. Number 6. A business traveler complained that the hotel gym didn't have the specific brand of protein powder he uses at home. Not that the gym lacked equipment, not that it was closed or broken. The gym had treadmills, free weights, cable machines, and a full rack of cardio options. His complaint was about the protein powder. On the feedback form under "What could we improve?" he wrote the brand name and flavor. Vanilla. He wanted vanilla protein powder from a specific brand at a hotel gym in a different city. Number 7. A guest at a tropical resort complained that it was hot outside in the tropics in July. She had flown to a destination literally named after its proximity to the equator, booked a beachfront room, and then submitted a complaint that the outdoor temperature was uncomfortable and that the hotel should do more to address the heat. Staff politely pointed her toward the air-conditioned lobby, the pool, and the indoor restaurant. She asked why the beach didn't have more shade. The beach, that open expanse of exposed coastline pointing directly at the sun. Number 8. A guest complained that the elevator was too slow. This is not an unusual complaint on its own, until you learn that the hotel was 3 stories tall. The elevator serviced 3 floors. The guest was going from floor 1 to floor 3. He waited 45 seconds, declared the elevator completely unacceptable, took the stairs out of frustration, and then filed a written complaint about the elevator being slow. The elevator that would have taken him approximately 12 more seconds had he simply stayed in it. Number 9. A family complained that the hotel's breakfast buffet contained too much food. Their specific grievance was that the variety was overwhelming and that having so many choices made it difficult to decide what to eat. They requested that future breakfasts be simplified for everyone. They felt the hotel should reduce the buffet selection across the board because they personally found abundance stressful. The staff did not reduce the buffet. The buffet remained abundant. The family left feeling, one assumes, still overwhelmed by the concept of options. Number 10. A guest complained that other guests were using the hotel pool at the same time as him. The pool, he noted on his feedback form, was too crowded. This was a Saturday afternoon in peak summer season at a resort with 300 rooms. The pool was the shared amenity for all 300 rooms. He felt it should have been emptier. He also apparently felt comfortable writing this down and submitting it as a formal grievance, as though the hotel's error was allowing other paying guests to also use the thing they had also paid to use. Number 11. A woman complained that her room was too quiet at night. Not a complaint about boredom, a complaint that the silence was unnerving and that the hotel should pipe in ambient noise, like rain sounds or white noise, to make the room feel less eerie. She also complained, separately and in the same stay, that the HVAC unit was too loud. These two complaints were submitted within 6 hours of each other. The staff did not point this out. They are professionals. Number 12. A guest complained that the hotel's complimentary breakfast did not include the specific type of artisanal sourdough he preferred. The breakfast included eggs, bacon, pastries, toast, fruit, yogurt, juice, and coffee. His written feedback described the bread as mass-produced and uninspired and suggested the hotel partner with a specific bakery he liked. A bakery that was located in his home city, in a different country. The suggestion was logged. The bread was not changed. The guest presumably still eats bread. Number 13. A couple complained that their hotel room's romantic ambiance was ruined because their window faced a parking lot. This is a genuinely understandable complaint, except they had been offered a courtyard-facing room at check-in and declined it because they wanted to be on a higher floor. The parking lot view was the consequence of their own stated preference. When staff gently reminded them of this, they said they hadn't realized the higher floor would face the parking lot. The parking lot that is visible from the street, that is shown in the hotel's layout on the booking website, that exists in 3 dimensions. Number 14. A guest submitted a complaint, formally, in writing, that the moon was too bright and was shining into his room at night. He wanted to know what the hotel intended to do about it. The staff member reading this complaint had to compose herself before responding. They offered blackout curtains, which were already available in the room and which the guest had not thought to close. The moon continued its orbit. The curtains were closed. The guest's relationship with celestial bodies remains unclear. Number 15. A group of conference guests complained that the conference room was too conference-like. Their specific language was that it felt corporate and sterile. It was a conference room, designed for conferences. With a projector, chairs, a whiteboard, and a long table, the canonical, internationally agreed-upon furniture arrangement of a conference room. They wanted it to feel more creative and inspired. The hotel rolled in some plants. This was described in a follow-up review as a nice touch but not enough. The projector remained corporate. Number 16. A solo traveler complained that her room was designed for one person. She had booked a single occupancy room. It had one bed, one pillow configuration, and one of everything. Her complaint was that this made her feel lonely and that the hotel should have anticipated she might want the room to feel warmer and more companionable. She wanted, essentially, for the hotel to have decorated a solo room in a way that acknowledged her emotional state. The staff sent up extra pillows. This is objectively the kindest possible response to a request to fix loneliness through interior design. Number 17. A guest complained that the hotel's checkout time was in the morning. Standard checkout. 11 a.m. He had a flight at 2 p.m. and wanted to stay until 1:30. When he was informed that late checkout was available for a fee, he complained that being charged for extra time was a money grab. He then complained that not being allowed to stay for free was inhospitable. He used the word inhospitable about a hotel that was offering him a room for money, as hotels do. Number 18. A family of 5 complained that their room, which they had booked as a standard double, did not have enough beds for 5 people. A standard double room has definitively and by definition 2 beds. They had booked a standard double for 5 people. Their complaint was not that this was a miscommunication. It was that the hotel should have known intuitively that they would need more beds and upgraded them automatically without being asked or paid. The front desk found them a family suite. They also complained that the suite cost more. Number 19. A guest complained that the hotel's lobby art was too modern and made him uncomfortable. He specified that abstract paintings gave him a vague sense of unease and that he preferred more straightforward imagery. He requested that the art be changed. For the lobby of a hotel that has used the same art installation for 11 years. He was not an art curator. He was not a stakeholder. He had checked in 40 minutes ago. The art, it may comfort you to know, remains in the lobby. Number 20. A woman complained that the sunrise was coming through her east-facing window too early in the morning. Staff confirmed she had specifically requested an east-facing room because she liked the light. She did like the light. She just hadn't anticipated that the light would arrive at the time the sun rises, which is in the morning, which is early, which is when sunrises occur. She wanted to know if the hotel could delay the light somehow. The staff member who took this call has since written about it in 3 different hospitality forums. Number 21. A guest complained that the hotel's outdoor terrace had wind on it. It was an outdoor terrace, at altitude, in March. He had gone outside in a t-shirt, encountered the wind that lives outside, and submitted a complaint that the hotel's terrace was poorly designed for not blocking the natural air currents of the surrounding geography. He wanted a refund for the emotional distress of being cold outdoors in early spring. Have you ever seen anything like this? Because we are only just now approaching the part of this list that gets genuinely difficult to process. Number 22. A guest demanded that the hotel remove all mirrors from her room because she didn't want to see herself while on vacation. This is, on its surface, a personal preference, unusual but not outrageous. The issue is that she submitted this request upon checkout after her 3-night stay as a complaint about her experience. She had not called the front desk. She had not asked housekeeping. She had simply lived with mirrors she disliked for 3 days and then blamed the hotel for not proactively removing them. When asked why she hadn't requested it at check-in, she said she shouldn't have to ask. The mirrors, presumably, remain. Number 23. A couple complained that the hotel's restaurant was too good. Their specific words were that the food quality created unrealistic expectations for their regular dining life at home, and that this had negatively affected their enjoyment of their own cooking. They wanted the hotel to somehow communicate this as a warning on their website, that dining there might make everyday food feel disappointing. This feedback was real. It was received seriously. The chef was privately very pleased. Number 24. A guest complained that the hotel bed was too comfortable and that he had slept too well and missed his morning meetings. His argument, and he made this argument to a manager, verbally at length, was that the hotel's premium mattress and high thread count sheets had made him oversleep and that this was a liability the hotel should account for. He suggested that the hotel offer comfort warnings on rooms with high-quality bedding. He also asked whether the hotel was prepared to compensate him for the meetings he missed. The hotel was not. Number 25. A woman filed a formal complaint that the hotel's concierge had recommended a restaurant that she ended up enjoying very much, but which she felt was too far from the hotel to have been a reasonable recommendation. The restaurant was an 8-minute walk away. She enjoyed the food. The complaint was about the walk back, which she described as inconvenient, despite having walked the same distance to get there without incident. She wanted a discount on her room because the concierge had directed her to a restaurant she loved that was 8 minutes away. This is the hospitality industry. This is what it looks like. Number 26. A guest complained, in a 3-paragraph written submission, that the hotel staff had been too friendly. He specified that the cheerful greetings, the door holding, and the genuine inquiries about his stay had made him feel pressured to be personable when he would have preferred to be left alone. He acknowledged the staff had done nothing wrong. He simply felt that their professionalism and warmth had created a social obligation he hadn't signed up for. He requested that future guests be warned the hotel's staff are very friendly as a kind of emotional disclosure. The staff continued to be friendly, because that's who they are. Number 27. And here we are. The final entry, the one that somehow makes everything before it feel like rational consumer feedback. A guest at a 5-star resort submitted a complaint, complete with a cover letter, that the hotel's stars were inaccurate. Not the TripAdvisor stars, not a review score, the actual night sky. She had been told the resort offered stunning stargazing in the brochure. She went outside on a cloudy night, saw no stars, and submitted a formal grievance that the hotel had misrepresented its astronomical offerings. She wanted a partial refund. For the clouds, that the hotel did not produce, control, schedule, or advertise. The clouds arrived independently, as clouds do, indifferent to both the brochure and the billing department. And with that, we are done. Here's what 27 complaints about oceans, moons, sunrises, stars, and friendly staff will do to you. They'll make you realize that the most unshakable human instinct isn't survival. It isn't community. It isn't even curiosity. It's the absolute conviction that when something in the physical universe fails to meet your expectations, someone in a polo shirt with a name tag should be held accountable. Hotel staff absorb the full weight of human disappointment with the world as it actually is every single day, with professionalism that borders on the heroic. The ocean is still loud. The trees are still on the mountain. The stars are still weather dependent. And somewhere out there right now, a manager is listening to a complaint about a cloud. Which one broke you the most? Drop it in the comments. And if you've worked in hospitality and survived something that would make this list look mild, the comment section is yours. If this video was the most calmly horrifying 12 minutes of your week, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and come back next time when I assure you humanity does not disappoint.